Let's review the state of my watch collection. Want to see it again? Stay tuned and I'll review with you my activities in watch collecting over the past year and what's in my collection currently. Welcome to Adventures with Time. I'm your host, Bob. On this channel, I talk about my experiences with watches. If that interests you, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you're alerted whenever I upload a new video. And if you like pictures of watches, follow me on Instagram. 2019 was my second full calendar year of collecting watches. If you have been following me since the beginning of this adventure, you might have seen my first State of My Collection video back in December of 2018. I'll leave a link up here if you want to view that video. I shot out of the gate pretty fast when I began collecting. I had purchased 12 watches by the end of 2018. But 2019 was a bit tamer as I settled into a collecting strategy. A strategy that combines exploration into affordable watches and higher-end luxury watches. Each of these spheres have a different purpose for me. I'll leave a link to the video where I describe my current hobby strategy. In 2019, I purchased just 6 watches, but I also sold off 3 of my previous purchases. So let's get into the details. One thing I discovered was that I'm not a fan of G-Shock watches. Nothing wrong with them. They're just not for me. So I sold the Golfmaster, which I had purchased. Now, Zelos is a watch company that I've come to like and respect. And I have purchased the Zelos Swordfish Diver towards the end of 2018. After wearing the Swordfish for some time, it lost its appeal to me. I think it was a combination of the size and the weight of the watch and the very bold design of the dial. I decided to sell the Swordfish and purchased the new Zelos Horizons GMT. The third watch I sold was the Christopher Ward C60 Trident Pro GMT 600. I found this also to be a large, heavy watch with a not-so-unique design. Now, with that short look back out of the way, let's take a look at the watches currently in my collection. Let's first take a look at the 3 watches I had before I started collecting watches. This is a Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust, passed down to me, was originally purchased around 1975. Although I would love to wear this watch, and I've tried it on several other straps, I do think it is a bit small for my wrist. I've been trying to convince my wife to wear this watch. This is a AT&T service anniversary watch that I got after 20 years of service. I've worn this watch on several dress-up occasions. It gives off a nice look with a tuxedo. And of course, since it's a service anniversary piece, I will never get rid of this from my collection. And this is my Tiffany branded Patek Philippe watch. I've made a couple of videos on this and one more to make. This watch was given to my great uncle by his mother, my great-great-grandmother, and passed down to me over the years. It was made in 1923, so it's almost 100 years old. And I would love to get it fixed. I've been on a multi-year journey to see if it could be repaired. And I'm about to make one more video about that repair process. So stay tuned for that. One of the first watches that I purchased for my collection is this Seiko Alpinist, the SARB 17, no longer in production under that name. This is my Seiko Alpinist that I predominantly wear on this leather strap. I do have also the strap code bracelet, but I prefer it on this strap. I'm really happy that I was able to get one of these models before they discontinued it early this year. Of course, they've re-emerged under the Prospects line in, I think, 4 different colors. I haven't had a chance to review those yet, but I think I'll get an opportunity pretty quickly. And this is the Squale 1521 Diver, the TGV designed and branded watch. I purchased this Squale 1521 TGV Lion Shark model when it first came out in limited edition, and I bought it because I really liked the color combinations of the blue dial and red or burgundy bezel. I would have preferred it with a date. The movement actually supports a date, and I wear it only on this NATO strap because I think the colors match. I might be losing interest in this watch, and I'm thinking about letting it go, but I think it needs another month or so for a final decision. But let me know your thoughts. My latest acquisition and my first mid-tier luxury watch, the Tudor Black Bay 58. Even though I've only had this watch for about a week now, I can tell that it's going to be one of the staples of my watch collection. I just love how the black dial, the gold trim, and the off-white indices and hands gives the watch such a luxurious look. A fun watch, the Straton Bullhead model. I was very drawn to this bullhead style watch and decided that this was the model of the Straton that I wanted to purchase. At first I thought maybe the odd shape might turn me off, but I've really come to like it and find it a fun watch to wear. So I think this will stay in my collection for the foreseeable future. My Seiko Samurai. I purchased this Seiko Samurai about 1.5 years ago, just before I went on a cruise, and have used it on several vacations that have been around water because it's a good beach watch, especially on this tropic rubber strap. And I find that the PVD coated case along with the black dial allows it to fit into multiple scenarios while on vacation. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos on this watch, you'll know that I've had some issues with the movement that I've tried to get fixed and have yet to have any luck with that, although it keeps reasonable time. We'll see whether I just let it go until it has some major timekeeping problems, or if I try to pay to get it fixed before that time. This is my bronze Argon Maelstrom watch. This is my only bronze watch, and it has yet to pick up any patina after, I don't know, 6 or 8 months. and it's an Argon watch which is in partnership with Zelos. Although I like having a bronze watch, the style, although similar to many other dive watches, does not really create a great interest. So I may be letting this one go in the coming months. We'll have to see. One of my favorite watches, which is the Sinn 104. I've never had a day where this Sinn 104 did not impress me with its elegance and quality. As I said, this is one of my favorite watches, and I expect it to be in my collection for many years to come. Another fun designed watch. This is the Aviate P51 Mustang. One of the areas of watch collecting that I really have come to enjoy are these affordable, fun watches. Fun in that they have a different, unique style or theme to them. This obviously is an aviation style watch that has some interesting attributes to the dial. And for now, I'm going to keep this in my collection as I like wearing it as a change of pace to the standard dive or dress watch. This is my classic Flieger from Stowa. I don't think I could have a watch collection without a classic Flieger, and really like the B-type dial configuration on this watch. Moving down here is my Ball 135th anniversary Trainmaster watch. Ball is a watch company that has great historic value to it, and I was really happy to be able to get this limited edition 135th anniversary of the Trainmaster. The only downside I feel to this watch is that the tritium tubes are just points on the hour indices, and I'd love to get another ball which has more display of the tritium tubes. Perhaps that will be in my future, but I don't see getting rid of this watch from my collection. It's just a nice historical reference piece. The Melbourne Portsea. This is the only watch I have in my collection with a triple date. That is day, date, and month. And it is a very nice looking watch. Not what I would consider a tool watch in any respect, but I like wearing it and probably will keep it in my collection at least for another year. This is the Zelos Horizons, my GMT watch. This is the GMT watch for which I sold my Zelos Swordfish, as well as my Christopher Ward C60, which was also a GMT watch. I really like the combination of the green dial and that stainless steel bezel. I really like the subdued look with the accent of the bezels on the hour indices and that nice yellow GMT hand. Another one of my first acquisitions. This is the Seagull 1963 reproduction watch. I've received several comments as to how this Chinese watch is just a reproduction or a ripoff of the original. But I find it a very interesting watch that pays tribute to the earlier original models, and I find it fun to wear. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this watch, and I wear it on this combination leather nylon strap in green and brown, as I think it adds to the military or aviation look of this watch. My Russian Vostok Komandirskie. I've heard various opinions about these Russian Vostok watches, that they're garbage or they're great or they're high quality. Regardless of whatever they are, at $79 for this model, I thought it was a great buy and really interesting to have a Russian-made watch. I sometimes treat it as my beater watch, as I feel it could take any rough treatment. My Hawaiian original grain koa wood watch. This wooden watch was given to me as a gift from my children and holds a special place in my collection. I do enjoy wearing it as one of those fun watches. I think the wooden style, including on this bracelet, this stoned wash bracelet, really gives it a unique look and interest to the watch. And my Hamilton Khaki Field Automatic. I've been looking for the appropriate field watch for some time and finally settled on this Hamilton Khaki Automatic because I like the style of the dial, the color of the dial, and the size of the watch. And I wear it on this NATO strap because I think that just adds to the field atmosphere for the watch. You might have discerned a couple of themes in my purchases in 2019. A few of them are what I would call fun, affordable watches, like the AVI 8 aviation style watch, the original grain wooden watch, and the Straton Bullhead. But some are specific watch types I've sought for my collection. The Hamilton Khaki Field Watch and the Zelos Horizons GMT. And finally, the Tudor Black Bay 58, my first mid-tier luxury watch. I am very pleased with the current state of my collection. But as all collectors know, one's collection is ever-changing. So I'm sure 2020 holds some new items for me. And you might have a sense that I'm losing interest in some watches in my current collection. I'll be considering selling these watches to make room for new acquisitions. Those watches I'm considering letting go include the Squale 1521 Lion Shark, a TGV design variety, and the Argon Maelstrom. I'd be interested in your thoughts on my plans for these watches. Please leave your feedback in the comments below. The exchange of thoughts like this are one of the things I appreciate most about this hobby and about making this YouTube channel. Now it's on to 2020 to see what new adventures await me. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.